In today's video, in a true Jayma form, I am going to take a single layout that she's done, and I'm going to do a double page layout. Now, I've reached into my older photos because I promised myself this year that I would add more photos and complete some of my incompleted books. So these photos right here are from little Jasmine when she was only 4 months old. And these are original photos, so these are not digital photos, and you can tell that I didn't take photos the same way that I do now. But these are all from month 4 for her, and they're different. Like, you can tell that there's 3 photos here, a lot of blues, and these photos here have a lot of gold and brown. So I'm going to bring in these background pages, and those are from the Hope and Kindness as per Jayma's layout, but she did a single page layout. And then I thought I would bring in this pattern paper here. And the reason why I chose this pattern paper here is because it's pulling from the pink here, and then it's going to pull in from these blues. Now I'm going to do some major cropping of these photos because really this yellow is really bright and it's distracting. So I'm going to focus on the photo more than just this, I just call it noise on a photo. So I really do want to concentrate on her cute little face right here. So we're going to make this work. I also have other photos when she was only 4 months, and these are different as well. So it's kind of like a collection of her 4th month. And I'm going to try and make them work on a double page layout. I'm also going to bring in these gorgeous flowers. These are from the In Full Bloom scrapbooking stamp set. And I actually did not get the thin cuts for these, so I'm going to have to fussy cut these flowers, but that's okay. Okay, so I cropped down my original photos. And I'm not gonna lie, it's always a little scary. And these photos here are very much placed in the same orientation as Jayma's layout that she did in her video. And it was just lucky. It just happened that way. And what I love about scrap lifting, my friend, is that I don't even have to think about the clusters. So I'm gonna add this flower here. And then I'm just going to repeat the same clusters that she created on her page. And I'm going to have to color these in, obviously. And this is when I regret not getting the die that matches this. I'm going to have to fussy cut all of these, obviously. Now, when it came to extending this to a double page spread, and like I said, you know, my photos are not of the same day. They are of the same month, but definitely not of the same day. And these photos here kind of have all the same look and feel. And then we get into these really cute pictures here, and they're really blue and they're very different. These were taken in my bedroom, probably after bath time. And then these were taken, you know, after work in the living room. And they're a little dark. So one thing, definitely adding the white border around the photo brightens them up. And I really wanted to use all of these photos. And I tried several different configuration. This was one of them. But I feel that because they're such different, the colors are so different, that it kind of takes away from a unified page. So again, in a true Jayma fashion, I am going to bring in a flip flap. These were cut down to 4 by 4, and the featured one is this cute little face right here. And I'm going to add it on top. This way I can document and have all of my photos on my double page layout. And I'm not going to leave them inside a shoebox, and they are going to be in a flip flap. I was not entirely sure on how to lay these out. These are 4 by 4s, and you know, I could have just laid them side by side this way. That's okay, but I'm actually going to tuck them closer to the left-hand side, and I'm going to leave myself a journaling spot right here because her baby album consists of a double page layout every month, and every month I was really good at documenting her milestones. So I'm pretty proud about that because I can just go back to the computer, print out her milestones, and then just add it to this layout right here. I can also add a whole bunch of flowers. So I did stamp a few, as you can tell. And I was thinking of doing something like this as well. I can still add my journaling maybe here. And I'm going to try and bring in these flowers on this side. So what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to start coloring these flowers, and I'm going to color them using my blender brushes. And I'm going to bring in some blues and some pinks and some greens. And I'm going to try and stay true to the paper collection that I'm working with, and hopefully by bringing in all of the same types of colors, even though the photos don't match necessarily, it's all going to match in the end. I wanted to take a moment to let you know that the Creative Design Team membership is now accepting members from now until March 3rd. When you join, you will have an entire library of classes to binge watch. And we add pre-recorded classes every week so you can create when you have time. All the information will be linked down in the description box below. February marks our 1-year anniversary with the CDT membership group. We are celebrating in a big way. Come join us on February 24th and 25th. We will have challenges, giveaways, mini classes from all of us. This will be hosted on a public Facebook group. Everybody is welcome and it's entirely free. I hope to see you there. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've colored all of my flowers. I've fussy cut all of my flowers, and let me just kind of share with you the colors that I used. So basically the blue ones, I used Harbor and Mist. I started with the mist, and then I did the harbor on the center of the flowers, and it just gave them a lot of dimension. And you'll notice that I did add some yellow. So I used the shortbread, and then I went back with these tiny little brushes right here. And these are actually really, really good to get right inside and do some detail blending, and I felt that the yellow was bringing in the yellows out of the photos, and it was really unifying my pictures with this layout. As far as the leaves, they were all done using sage, and again I was able to use one of these really small blender brushes, and they are great. They are really, really good to get right inside the little details that I wanted to get into. The larger flowers are done in peach, and I added just a little bit of melon right inside to give it a little bit more dimension. And I did try to stay true to the paper collection that I was working with as far as colors go. Now, if you want to see how these are done, I will definitely link Jayma's video down in the description box below, because she goes into detail as to how she colored all of her flowers in. I didn't think you needed to see all of that, so I just skipped forward, and I'm going to do the assembly next. So what I really like about these flowers and the colors is that it does unify my page and my photos. The other thing that I will repeat, just like Jayma, is this one right here. So she stamped her title right here, and the title is perfect. Live Life in Full Bloom. I think that it works out for this layout as well. So you can see how versatile this stamp set really is. I don't know if you remember, but I did mention that one thing I was really good at, or not that great because there's not a lot of information, but still every month I try to take a few moments and just document her milestones. So this is for her 4th month, and I have her weight and how tall she was, and just a few little things that she was doing throughout the month. And I just find that that's gonna help me finish her baby album. Now I think I'm going to put it here. So the last thing to do basically is to assemble this page, and I'm definitely going to use a few pop dots to lift a few of these flowers. But you can see that I did stay pretty true to Jayma's layout right here. I didn't do the cool technique that she showed with the watercolor stamping, and again, if you want to see that, check out her video. I just used the pattern paper, and I just felt that it was really pretty with the photos that I was documenting. I will definitely add splatters, and I think I'm going to add a little bit of shimmer to my flowers to finish all of this off. But for now, this is where we are at in the process. I wanted to take a pause right here in the assembly just to walk you through a few of the steps that I did off camera. And again, I was really happy to have watched Jayma's video because I knew I wanted to splatter on this page, and I had to pull my photos off before I got ahead of myself. And for my splatters, I ended up using Harbor ink and a fan brush. And you can see here on the side that I did test it before I went on my page, and I really like the way that that turned out. As far as stamping my sentiment, I did go ahead and I stamped that using archival black ink because I knew that it was going to be nice and crisp. Now the next step is to add all of those beautiful flowers, and again I was able to kind of do a few things to them. So I put them into my splatter box, and I did go ahead and I added a tiny little bit of shimmer to all of them, and I did add a little bit of that Harbor splatter on all of the flowers. You'll probably see it a little bit better on these ones right here. So see how it just unifies all of the flowers, and I also have shimmer on them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start to adhere these down, but I did that all in a splatter box, and now I can add them to my layout. If you've enjoyed this video so far and are inspired by what you see here, please give it a thumbs up. This way, YouTube knows that you've enjoyed it, and it really helps my channel grow. I really do appreciate it, and I love spending time with you here. Okay, I'm just about to wrap up this layout, and I must say that I had a lot of fun doing this. And if you know me, you know I love flowers, so this was not a big stretch for me. I did want to share with you, though, my journaling because, as I said before, this journaling was done a very long time ago, and the font was, I don't know, there's so many more fonts now. And I was trying to find fonts that kind of mimic this one right here, and I think that I did that, and it kind of gives my journaling a little bit of more presence on the page, and again, it gives it a nicer blend. So I'm going to add this right here. Although it's all done on a white, cardstock, it really does match the page. I'm just going to adhere this down, and we're going to call this done. And I like that I've got my journaling. I like that I was able to scrapbook some very old photos, and this was a lot of fun. I hope that you visit all of the girls that are celebrating Jayma's milestone of reaching 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube. If you are a content creator, you know that that is not easy, and there's a lot of work that goes around creating these types of videos. So thank you, Jayma, for introducing me to this world, because she did. And with that, I'm gonna kind of bring up my layout right here so you can see you've got the nice stamped title. You've got these gorgeous flowers. I hope the camera can pick up on all of that shimmer and shine. And then I extended that to a 2-page layout, added my journaling, which matches somewhat the title right here. And let's not forget that I'm going to be able to add all of these cute pictures on a flip flap right here. that's it for me today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate it. Now head on over to the playlist that's listed right here and take a look at all of the other beautiful projects that we are sharing and celebrating our very good friend Jayma. Bye for now.